to the weekend coming up. So this episode is basically okay. So have you ever known somebody to you want to know the answer to something, but they're pretty much like, you know what, Google it. I'm not going to give you the answer. It's pretty annoying, right? Right. And it's not that you don't know what the answer is precisely. Even if you do know the answer, when somebody's asking you something about a certain subject, it's not whether or not they know the answer. They're simply trying to converse with you. They want they want to know what your they want to know your opinion on the matter. They want to know what you think about the certain subject. That's primarily why they are asking you. So the fact of the matter of, hey, how you doing? The sheer fact that you have to tell them to Google it, that shows signs of immaturity. And why don't you just say, "Oh, I'm not a good conversationalist," rather than saying, "Oh, why don't you just Google it?" Either say you don't know the answer, or just just don't continue to talk to those people. Make sense? Because if I ask somebody if I ask somebody about a certain topic, it's not that I don't know the answer. Yeah, it's rude. It's belligerent. It's there's no, oh, like, uh it's frustrating because it's my generation that came up with that. Why don't you just Google it? Why don't you SMD? How about that? Not so nice, is it? Precisely. You just want to make conversation. You want to be able to converse with people. But we have been, excuse me, tongue tied. We have been so, we have become so lazy, so lethargic to the point where we don't want to have one-on-one interactions anymore. We don't want to know uh, why the Civil War happened, or what is our purpose as a human being. We don't want to know anything anymore. We're just like, oh, that's what Google was built for. Google was built for people who want to be extremely lazy. So don't tell people to Google it. If they are asking you about a certain topic, they want to know what your intake is. They want to know your opinion. So if you're one of those Google it people, you really shouldn't be around people. Precisely, Google does not know everything, no matter how much you try to defend that argument. Google doesn't know everything. That's part of being a human. That's part of being part of interaction. We want to know what your take is. We want to know your opinion. That's why, for decades, people created those polls. They want to know what we think. Over the decades, they want to know, oh, for example, wrestling. Like, that's why that's why they create those polls. Oh, who do you think would win in a match? We want to know your vote, so on and so forth. Who shot first, Han or Greedo? Is this, are you comprehending what I'm saying to you guys? This needs to stop. What is the point? Because Google doesn't know everything. We rely so much on Googling things we forget how to converse with others, one-on-one interaction. Exactly. That's why I like talking to older people, because when you ask them about certain topics, they'll be like, "Oh, well, you know what? I'm so glad you asked me that." Uh, and they'll give you a compliment on your cerebral cortex. They'll just be like, "But your mind is so amazing." Ignore the music playing in the background. That's coming from a truck. Anyway, inadequacy issues. I'm just gonna say that. But it's a beautiful day. I wanted to do this outdoors. But anyway, precisely. You want to know what their intake is. You want to have a deep, intelligent conversation with somebody. That's why they're asking you those questions. It's not that they don't know the answer. They simply want to converse with you. Now, I can get if you know you're not around too many dirty-minded people. You want to know what a certain thing is, even though you don't want to know the answer. If you tell somebody to Google it because it's too inappropriate to speak aloud, that's understandable. But if you're going to tell somebody to Google it, for example, if they ask you, how did Galileo uh, find out the concept of gravity? If you're going to tell them to Google it, maybe you should just step off. Because apparently you're not too intelligent. You're not worth the conversation. All right? It's frustrating, it's irritating, and it's above all immature. We need to stop telling people to Google things. They want to have a conversation with you. They want interaction. They want one-on-one time. That is why we question others. That is why we ask history buff type questions. Stuff about the environment, social construct, etc. I could go on and on. Stop telling people to Google things. It's rude. Either you have an opinion about it, or just tell them you don't know the answer. It's plain and simple. Like, how hard is it? Freaking. So, how did a horror movie start? Why don't you Google it? I don't know. We've become that pathetic as a society. Oh, that's harsh, Astro. No, it's truth. Truth is harsh. Can't handle it, step off my channel. Because I'm going to tell everything like it is. If you don't know the answer to something, just say you don't know the answer. They'll just be like, well, okay, I appreciate you answering my... I appreciate you just letting me know you don't know the answer, so on and so forth. Just go have a beer, chill, whatever you guys do. But if you're gonna be friends with somebody who consistently say, oh, why don't you Google it? I say you stop being friends with that person. Or you just say straight up, hey, look, I don't appreciate you telling me to Google something every time. The reason I ask you these questions is because I want to converse with you. Oh, no, why don't you just say that? Apparently you're not that smart, because he's been telling you that. What do you think you think he's just asking the questions for his health, or their health, whatever? They want to have a deep one-on-one conversation. They need They need intellectual stimulant. That's why they are asking all those questions. Now, if you guys ask me questions, I'm not going to tell you to Google it because I know Google is not going to have answers for everything. Technology is not perfect. I say this every now and again. Technology is far from perfect. If anything, technology is average enough to where we can be content with it. It's not perfect though. But that's that's basically what I'm trying to tell you guys. If you want to have deep intellectual conversations, your buddies need to read between the lines. They need to know, oh, okay, I know why they're asking these questions. And here's how bad it also is. If you're asking, like, let's say you ask 3 questions in a row, and they say, I don't know, stop asking me. That person's not too bright. Yes, they are craving human interaction, precisely. That's all it is. Guys, we have been stuck in COVID for over 2 years. It's time we put our phones down, turn off the TV, anything that may cause a major distraction. Have some one-on-one time with other human beings. Answer questions even if whether they know or they don't know the answers to. How hard is that? I know we are not all that lazy. Come on now. There are reasons why people are asking questions. They are intuitive. They want to know. If you don't know the answers, or you're just like, oh, I'm not one of those people who want to chat, do this, that, and the third, then just stay out of human interaction ways then. That's all I gotta tell you. I don't know what else to tell you, to be honest. Yes, curiosity is intelligence. I agree with that. Well, curiosity killed the cat. You know who came up with that? Somebody ignorant. What did curiosity do to the cat? Oh, it killed it. Are we seriously that ignorant? Curiosity is actually intelligence. I mean, kill that curious cat noise real quick. I mean, you're making it seem like you're doing reconnaissance or something. If you don't want human interaction, then just become a shut-in. Because people are going to ask you questions. They want to be intellectually stimulated. Otherwise, what's the point? But anyway, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. If you're being asked questions, there's reasons to it. People crave human intelligence at times. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't be those jerks who are just gonna be Google it people. If you're a Google it person, stay out of my line of fire, alright? Stay out my way, basically. Just don't even talk to me. Do not pass go, do not collect $200, turn the other way. If you don't want to talk, fine. But don't ever tell me to Google it. If you do that, I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm probably gonna look at you funny or give you a dirty look and just turn and walk the other way. I don't have time for that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a beautiful day. Go outdoors, interact with other humans. I gotta get ready to go to work soon. I love you all. We'll talk soon. Have a nice weekend. Bye.